All right, welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm here with the top 8 deck list from EWCQ9. You like how I turned that on, right? And in first place, we have the winner, Pina, aka Diego, who won with Frog OTK. This deck has been winning a lot this year. It actually has won 4 out of 5 tournaments, if I'm not mistaken. It won the YCS Birmingham last week. It won the Retro Games tournament that happened. It just won this EWCQ9. And I'm missing one. Oh, it won the GOAT Format Italia tournament that was over 200 players as well. So it's won 4 major tournaments this year already. And yeah, just crazy deck. The conversion side deck that Alistair put together seems to be the most consistent version of this deck. Not playing Beal's Frog, no Future Fusion, no heroes or anything like that. In fact, I think that this is the exact card for card deck list that just won YCS Birmingham. I don't think Diego changed a single thing. So
yeah, I'm looking at the list now from AtomCheck. It's the exact same.
Yeah, it's the exact same deck list. The only thing that they recently changed for YCS Birmingham was putting this guy in the extra deck.
Right.
Yeah, so this is the exact list. Okay, that's first. Second place, we have TGU96 with Value Turbo with no Caius. No Caiuses, which is like, I don't think Caius is mandatory anyway. Like I said, Oscar Zelaya, I had to play him in the finals of Ultimate Time was Indianapolis last year, and his build didn't use Caius either. It seems that you can get away with playing this deck without Caius. I do wonder about converting the Raikos and the Hamster without the Caius, but like clearly it's working because multiple people have got to the finals with this build. Other than that, it's basically just a Value Turbo deck, right? Like you've seen this configuration somewhat before.
Yeah,
so,
Lila, some draw traps.
Yeah.
No lightning vortex on the side. Cold Wave in the side.
Yeah, only one virus though. I do think that this is a missed opportunity. I think that you should be playing at least 2 of this card somewhere. Like you don't have, I'm not saying you need to main both, but I would definitely side one if I'm not maining both. Yeah, so that's the second place. Third, fourth place, we have X-Sabers. X-Sabers still doing well, consistently doing well actually. X-Sabers is consistently doing well at this point. Like it's coping to say that X-Sabers isn't good anymore because it's been so many tournaments where this deck just continuously gets a high placing now. So we just have to respect it. It's clearly a tier 1.5 deck now. Like it's up there with Diva Hero and like Amaryllis and those decks. Like not S tier obviously, but it's definitely a tier 1.5 deck at least. So yeah, shout out to Carthy for getting top. Confusing here is the 3 system downs. I'm assuming that the Machina matchup is really bad, but I do think that Cyber Dragon is just a better card. I think Cyber Dragon is a better card for multiple reasons. I think Cyber Dragon is better because it combos with all of these 3-star tuners, right? I think it's also better because you don't need life points to activate it. You also, contacting leads to like game, right? Like contacting makes your monster, you summon a big ass guy. On top of that, you can summon, contact their whole field, then summon this guy and get a card out their hand, which is really strong. Like I just think that Cyber Dragon makes more sense with all of these 3-star tuners. This deck plays the most 3-star tuners out of any deck in the format. So I just think personally that it probably makes more sense to side Cyber Dragon. And then I also think that you should side Trap Death Shoot. This deck has a terrible Frog matchup, like just a terrible Frog matchup. And I can't imagine that the matchup against some of the other decks like Dragon Turbo and stuff like that. I just want Trap Death Shoot. Like even if I'm not, even if I'm not going to main it, like I would side it for like Lightsworn, for Frogs, for Dragon Turbo, stuff like that. Yeah, so that's like kind of my thoughts there. But this deck was good enough to get 3rd, 4th. So okay, GB's got 4th place, 3rd, 4th place. This is Salamander's list. We've been seeing a lot of this exact configuration in this tournament where it was double Chariot, double Wabaku, and then like triple Book. It seems to be staple. It almost looks like GB's is becoming standardized now. You have the double Prisma, triple Test Tiger, Cat, Secutor. Like this package is fairly standard. Double Darius is like sometimes people don't play double Darius. They usually play 1 or whatnot. But either way, I think this is like a pretty standard list. I like the anti-spell fragrance in the side deck. This card makes sense because if you play against one of those combo decks like Dragon Turbo, Forgs, or Gigavice, they play a lot of spell cards. And if they have to set them on the field, obviously you can tag into Bestiary, contact, pop all their cards, and they just kind of lose. So this makes sense to me. I like this card a lot. I would like to play at least 2 of it. I think this card is insane versus Value. It's like one of the best cards against Value. And I believe he lost to Value as well. This side deck isn't like really well equipped for Value if I'm really looking at it. So I think that that's like the one deficiency in this side deck is that Value just kind of runs you over a little bit. All right, and now to 5th place. So there's a bunch of 5th place decks. There's 4 people got 5th basically. Actually, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. 5th place is factually Dragon Turbo because they did a playoff for 5th place because there's an invite given to 5th place. So Ghost Rider factually won 5th place. So this is Ghost Rider's list for this tournament. Notable difference between all his other lists is that he played triple Vortex Trooper. There's no Mirror Force Torrential in the main deck anymore. There's no double Instant Fusion in the main deck anymore. I'm not sure what else was cut. Oh, Flamvell Guard. So there's no Flamvell Guard, and he's not playing double Instant Fusion.
Instant Fusion.
Yep. So those are like the changes that he added. Instead of those cards, he added 2 more Vortex Troopers. Clearly it has been working. No Lightning Vortex on the side. Triple Consecrated, triple Crow. I think this makes sense for where we're at right now in the format for this deck.
Yeah, no Mask Restrict either.
Yep, no Mask Restrict, just triple Crow. Yeah, I mean, this is solid Dragon Turbo list. This is the best Dragon Turbo player, clearly. He's had so many tops, so many accolades with this deck. Hopefully one day he can stop by the channel and teach us how to cook with this deck. But yeah, okay, so now we're moving on to Gigavice. So this is one of the 6th, 7th, 8th. So in 6th place, we have Gigavice, 10 monsters, which means that this deck is not very susceptible to deck devastation virus, which I think is one of the strengths right now, is that like DDV doesn't absolutely just blow you out. And an outrageous number of spells, which means that Eradicator Epidemic Virus is just GG. But that card is also like wishy-washy, because if they already have a field, then Eradicator doesn't do anything and you just die. So 24 spells is crazy. Like, that is probably the highest spell count I've ever seen. I don't even think Dragon Turbo. Yeah, Dragon Turbo only plays 20. 24 spells is insane. But yeah, this deck is obviously very good. It's here to stay. It's not like tier 0 ruin the format, like you can never play Edison again level, because I mean, it didn't win, and it didn't get past top 8. It didn't get past top 8 in Orlando. It has fragility to it. There's obviously, it's a combo deck, so some of the hands can be really weak. And from what I heard, it's pretty difficult to play. So I wouldn't be like super doomer about it. It is a good deck. It is one of the best decks for sure, but it's not the end of Edison or anything. Okay, in 7th place, we have Maki to Control. This is just one of the Edison's consistent decks. It's playing the Hamster Record Kaya's package. 3 Jar Greed to set a Yada. James Ark made a comment earlier in chat about how this is a deck that people actually saw Dark Dust Spirit against. And so Yada makes more sense than Jar Greed, like factually. And I tend to agree with that. I'm not really sure why on DB, where you can choose to play any card you want, including Dark End Dragon or whatever, that like you'd play Jar Greed. Maybe he was going for the mind game of, if you see Jar Greed, you think I'm playing Yada too, but I don't think that matters anymore. I think we're past that point. So I think you just played the better card here. But other than that, I don't really have any other critiques of this deck. I think it's fine. It's a Maki to Control deck. Yeah, this all looks pretty normal. And last but not least, for 6th, 7th, 8th place, we have Hero Frogs by Insidious. He's playing the Frazier package, which is the 4 Monarchs plus the 5 heroes, the all different heroes. As you guys know, I do not play like Malicious. I don't play like Double Ocean or anything like that. This is like the typical lineup that I go for. And yeah, 1 Junk Synchron. Everything here looks really standard except the double draw trap. He's not playing. What is he not playing? He's not playing a 3rd Swap Frog. Obviously no Future Dandy. But usually if I don't play Future Dandy, I usually do play the 3rd Swap Frog, because I think that you do need to like open up. I want to open up Swap Frog or Treeborn access. So if I don't play triple swap, I play Future Fusion. It just makes the deck a little less consistent when you only have 2 swaps. But other than that, I mean, this list is pretty solid. I like the draw traps too, because of the way people play when Frogs set a back row. They just assume it's Regeki Break. And so they might not commit to their back row, or they might like not commit to the field at all. And then you can like draw for turn, activate Yada, bring back Treeborn Frog, and like absolutely shit on them. So this card is really cool. It's like a little guessing game. You can also do cool stuff with like, you know, Gores and Yada. Makes sense. But
yeah, also no main deck Fader. Yeah.
That's the other. Yeah, so he's not playing Fader. But other than that, I think that this is, yeah, this looks like a pretty standard list here. Side deck is siding the Fader, siding Double Crow, Double Vanities, Lightning Vortex. Yeah, no complaints. That's top 8. That's the top 8 deck list right there. So this will all be posted on Format Library. So I'm gonna go here. So it'll be up probably later today, if not tomorrow, but they will have the top 16 deck list. We only went over top 8 in this video, but we will definitely see all top 16 if you want to on Format Library. There's a link in the description of this video, so check that out. But guys, thank you so much. We had a lot of fun this weekend. It's been great. Shout out to Pina for winning the whole tournament. Congrats. Frog OTK is the most dominant deck of the year, and I would say Gigavice is the most innovative deck of the year. So yeah, it's a great start. In my opinion. I know some people are kind of like, I don't like this combo-y shit doing well, but yeah, people are adapting already though. You see that happening. It's not the end of the world. People will still continue to figure things out. And with that being said, I think I'm going to end the stream here. So again, thank you guys for everything. Like the stream and all that good stuff. Yeah, and peace out.
Peace.